Solicitor Chris Bowen resigned when told by his employers they could not spare him the time to follow up the Rettendon murders case after his clients Michael Steele and Jack Worms were both convicted. That was how convinced he was that Steele and his friend Worms had been wrongly convicted of murdering Patrick Tate, Anthony Tucker and Craig Rolfe. The pair, now known as the Rettendon Two, were jailed for life in January 1998 for the murders in Workhouse Lane in December 1995. Mr. Bowen, who has the complete support of the Worms and Steele's families, says the pair were convicted solely on the word of Supergrass Darren Nichols. He says there was no forensic evidence or corroboration from other witnesses. The trial judge, Mr. Justice Hidden, stressed the importance of Nichols and told the jury, "I hardly need stress the importance of Darren Nichols' evidence. So much hinges on what he said." Mr. Bowen has been refused access to a police disciplinary tribunal at Essex Police Headquarters, which he claims could shed important new light on Nichols' relationship with his police handlers. Nichols told the trial that he had been Steele and Worms' getaway driver, but he said he had been unaware they were plotting murder when he agreed to drive them. One of the police's first suspects for the Rettendon murders, Nichols was also facing serious charges in connection with a consignment of cannabis. He was offered a deal by the police, became a witness against Steele and Worms, and won immunity from prosecution, a new identity, and a place on a witness protection scheme. Nichols agreed. He underwent many hours of interviews and made several statements to the police, frequently changing details and admitting to inconsistencies. He told police Worms had crushed the getaway car. He had not. He had passed it to a man who used it for stock car racing. And when police found it and forensically tested it, they found absolutely nothing to link it with the shootings. Mr. Bowen said Nichols, who has now been given a new identity and gone into hiding, has since written a book with journalist Tony Thompson called Blogs 19, which changes his story once again. Steele and Worms have always denied murder, but in January 1996, another man told the police he had been the getaway driver for the real killers. He said they were members of a gang from Canning Town, East London, one of whom, Jesse Gale, died in a car crash in May 1998. Mr. Bowen, who made an application to the Criminal Cases Review Commission seeking leave to appeal to the Court of Appeal, said he was looking at several other areas which could aid the Rettendon 2's case. These include the evidence of the pathologist who told the court she had not been asked to ascertain a time of death and did not think it was important. New evidence by mobile phone expert David Bristow, who appears to undermine the police's claim that Worms was in Workhouse Lane when he called Nichols at 7 p.m. Questions about the death of Bellericky car dealer John Marshall, a friend of Patrick Tate's, who was believed to be looking after £120,000 worth of drug money for him, who was found shot dead in his Range Rover 6 months later. A fellow inmate at the Special Supergrass Unit, who has come forward with fresh new evidence about Darren Nichols. Mr. Bowen told BBC News Online, "The prosecution case is crumbling before our eyes." A week before this article was printed, a man was charged with endangering public safety after a banner was put above the M25 in an attempt to highlight the case. An Essex police spokeswoman said, "The whole case was fully investigated and the men were sentenced. If anyone has any hard evidence, they should contact us. But so far nothing has come our way which changes our views on the conviction." She said the disciplinary hearing was not related directly to the Rettendon case, although the officer had worked on the inquiry. She said it was an internal police hearing and was not open to members of the public. She said while there was evidence Marshall was an associate of Tate, the inquiry had not been linked with the Rettendon murders. A Home Office spokesman said, "We are aware of recent speculation on the work of the pathologist, and the matter is currently being addressed by the Home Office Policy Advisory Board for Forensic Pathologists. She is not suspended."